Smack. Welcome to Super Smack.
Welcome to Super Smack.
The rugby podcast from the fans, for the fans. We're in the middle of a lovely wee series between the All Blacks and South Africa. The Springboks came to New Zealand shores and we taught them a wee lesson at Eden Park. The hype was real. It was a big old build-up, and our lovely boys in black did not disappoint. Neither did the South Africans, actually. It was a bloody good game.
The whole thing was amazing. We said it was going to be the game of the year, and it certainly was so far. It was undeniable. The atmosphere, the buzz around it. I mean,
everyone
it's been going
turned
on
it into
for months.
that game. Everyone turned it into that game. The supporters...
And the Eden Park record obviously was the big 5-0 before Saturday.
Everything had everything going for it. Ardie Savea's 100th game. We were celebrating Cody to a certain extent. You know, we had some new players in the team for, you know, having their starts for the first time in a wee while as well. Oh, it was just great. We had it was great. The halfback crisis that, you know, Finlay and Preston Roofing put to bed. It was a great time.
They did. Let's just start off by saying they didn't do it. We knew they wouldn't do it. We said it wasn't going to happen. We said the All Blacks would never allow that to happen at Eden Park.
Mate? I don't know. I know that you were certainly on that page. But I was I mean, like, I talk about it being a good, healthy nervous, you know? But it could have gone either way, man. It could have gone either way. But that's what it
should be. And always, I feel like whenever we play South Africa, it always is that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knows the outcome of a New Zealand-South Africa game. It's fantastic. That's why it's called the greatest rivalry, I suppose, is that you genuinely, either team could beat each other on the day. Unlike a lot of the other teams, they get a win, you know, every now and then, but it doesn't have the same... But no, I think they weren't going to win. They weren't going to give up Eden Park. And people got all nervous about the Argentina game. They got all worried, but it's all just typical All Blacks, isn't it? They have a shocker. They get us all in a fluster. The media pile on them, and suddenly it's like, what's happening? And then they come out and they deliver a performance like that. And mate, that was a pretty solid performance by the All Blacks.
Well, it certainly was a great start, which, I mean, it's always lovely as an All Black supporter to see them running two lovely wee bask tries right at the start of the game. And I want to take my hat off to Emoni Narawa. I mean, we raised a few questions about his spot in the team, and I mean, I'm gutted for him because he has this ability to do some crazy things on the field. We've seen that with the Chiefs. We haven't quite seen it with the All Blacks yet, but the way he started that game, that first opening try, the confidence to sell a dummy and put Cheslin Coley
out into touch.
He was just like, oh man, what have I done?
He hung his head. He just went, oh no.
He bought it hook, line, and sink.
He didn't have a clue, and Emoni just runs off for the... I mean, it's funny, all the South Africans were calling them soft tries that we scored.
No way,
They were
soft defense,
They were just
mate.
soft tries. Mate, exactly. Soft defense, and also beautifully executed.
Yeah.
That kick from Beauden Barrett was on the money.
In the first 2 minutes of the game,
had a nickel.
When do you have a little wipers kick? It's just catching them off guard, and they just feel a little bit silly, and so they should.
Yep, they should, and I mean, obviously they made a huge amount of mistakes, the South Africans, but also let's have a look at those tries. They were all backs tries.
I know, which is
all
what we wanted.
It's exactly what we wanted. Everybody in the build-up's going, the All Blacks have lost it. Their backs can't play rugby anymore. Everybody's slamming Rieko Ioane, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
We'll get to. But how good was it that all three of our tries, they weren't pushovers, they weren't mauls, they were good old-fashioned moves
some
in the back line.
back tries.
And that's classic All Blacks. And so why I say we played so well is, I mean, that's it. We just played with our DNA, which you and I said last week we were hoping that we'd do, and we did. So good on them. I'm bloody proud, actually.
Well, it just worked. You know, things actually worked. You know, like we've been sort of guessing about what the coaches were going to do, and the few of the plans they've had in the last few weeks. And sure, over the last maybe since Razor started, we've been kind of going, "What are you up to, mate?" But it seemed like in this game, there's a few things that obviously they planned for and they've been building up to, and they all clicked into place. The high ball game was great. Everything around the loose forwards. I mean, there was a few issues in the scrum. I mean, which they're always going to be something, like at least it wasn't the line out like the week before. Yeah. But yes, you're right. They're playing one of the best scrums in the game,
Yeah, and you know what? Like that's kind of all South Africa had going for them at times was that they were like, shit, we've got to really dominate one area of the game at least, and they did. A couple of those big shoves, and it's like great, but that ain't enough when the All Blacks are playing with confidence out wide. It was beautiful to see. I think Razor's doing. I guess that silences a few critics for sure, and now he can claim that he's beaten. I mean, he's beaten all of the big ones. He's done it against France, albeit a B team. He's gone over, he's beaten Ireland. He's gone over, he's beaten England. He's beaten England 3 times here. It is interesting because we are nitpicky in New Zealand and it's great. But actually, when you look at it on paper, he's kind of done bloody well.
Yeah, and we know what's interesting.
It's hard to fault it.
We all think that we know what we're talking about and what we're doing, and we think we know who the best team is, and we sort of talk about it.
Mate, we do.
We know.
Mate.
And this is not just us. This is everyone. This is every New Zealander.
Justin Marshall and Jeff Wilson.
It's every pundit. It's every ex-player. It's everyone that's got a little platform, a little voice, but also all the armchair warriors out there think they know what's best. And then Razor has a few little surprises for us. I don't think anyone would have. I mean, we talked about Simon Parker. We talked about, and then Emoni Narawa just sort of came out of nowhere. And people were calling for Rico's head, and they actually came.
Who was calling for his head?
Mate, a lot of people. I wasn't the only one, and I wasn't calling for his head. I wasn't calling for his head, mate. I want him in the squad, but I just didn't think that he was going to be in that team, and Razor proved me wrong, which is great. So he should.
You did. Well, and I'm happy, but also it's great to see why he was in it. And overall, apart from our, obviously we had great attacking tries, but I think what won us that game ultimately was defence. And we all know that defence wins test matches. And our defence was huge.
It was fucking brutal.
It was brutal, and that includes and leads up to Rieko Ioane's amazing try save, and that's the reason that Razor says he is mostly in there for. Not that's not the only thing, but a big part of it is his defensive play, and he's got so much experience in order to be able to play like that, and his determination and his drive. After 83 tests or whatever, 84 tests, whatever it is now, you can't replace that. And so I'm happy for him because
he's got another week in the jersey.
He's got more than another week, mate.
He goes down to Wellington. He's got another week in there.
Yeah, and we can have one lovely fresh-legged winger like Emoni. Sorry, mate. On the other wing, and we can have Rico on. Oh, that he's injured himself. Is he okay? Do we know that?
He's got a wee rib injury. I think it looked like a cracked rib, to be fair. Like, you don't come off with a little bruiser with a little stinger. But yeah, also, you've got a sore hip?
I fell over skiing.
Oh, God, mate.
Yeah.
Have you got a big bruise? Got a hematoma?
Yeah, and it's not good. Yeah.
Oh, well, you've got to that age, mate. You've had a fall rather than.
I've had a fall down a mountain.
Yeah, you still had a fall, mate. You didn't fall over skiing.
I've had a fall. I had a fall getting the cream out of the fridge in the garage.
Oh God, No, you've been putting away the Christmas decorations in the loft.
I've been putting away the Chrissy decorations, and I might need to get a Medi alert bracelet.
Yeah, you probably should look into that, mate.
Wired straight through to the ambulance to
I think that's probably quite wise, mate. Yeah. It's they are a good little tool.
But
I
all
remember
I'm saying
when
is
my
that
nana had one, they were quite new and they were quite sensitive. So she used to set it off at least once a week. So she'd have like an ambulance, like she'd be doing the dishes or out in the garden or something, and ambulance would come up and go, "Are you all right, Mrs. Job?" No, she wasn't doing it deliberately. Actually, we did have a conversation about that once. Maybe she just wanted some company and she was pushing it deliberately. But she's definitely, she wouldn't want to inconvenience people. So
no.
But yeah, she was pushing that all the time.
Yeah, good. I was just sort of saying, I know I can relate to Emoni. I know what these guys go through in terms of big injuries, since I'm going through one myself. And when you're pushing your body to the limit, like I was on the slopes on Saturday, these things happen.
Saying you're like Emoni Narawa, who was born in Fiji, came over to a new country, went through the high school system as a young Fijian man, played his way into some representative rugby teams, fought hard and long in the gym, like basically training all year round, got his way into the Chiefs team, Bay of Plenty team, won a couple of little things here and there, won a few little games. Got an All Blacks call
nothing
up.
With the Chiefs.
Got an All Blacks call up, didn't quite
Chiefs
shine.
Haven't won anything.
And then and then played his way back into the All Blacks against all odds. So you're saying your little fall on the ski field is like that? Okay.
Yeah, I was born in Fiji. Yeah.
You were born in Upper Hutt, mate.
It's on my passport, mate.
Upper Hutt.
It's on my passport.
Mate, no one would disgrace a New Zealand passport with the words Upper Hutt.
And I literally was. It wasn't Lower Hutt in the day, which it is now. The actual birthing unit was in Upper Hutt, just around the corner from the school.
Yeah.
So I rolled out and straight into fifth form. I was an accelerated student.
Hey,
of course.
So we've got this injury to Emoni Narawa. He's probably out, which, I mean, it is a shame. But, I mean, no offence to Emoni, we've probably got a few people in the wings that are ready to go. You know, obvious conversations around Caleb Clark, Lester Whainganuku. Who else have we got? We've got Leroy Carter, who hasn't had a run yet. Do we run him out against the Springboks? Probably not.
Well, here's the thing. I would be chucking Lester in at this point. I'd chuck him in.
And let's not forget about Sevu Reece. I mean, he got dropped for this one game, but it's not. He's probably, I would say, first on the list, isn't he?
I would. Sorry. Yeah, we're forgetting about Sevu. Like, of course, Sevu's in there. If Sevu's not available, like if he's busy, if he's just got to go out and get some things.
You think it's just a bit miffed that he got dropped, so he's just gone and found another gig?
Yeah, well, he's gone to ANZ after last week's conversation. He's gone down and he's seen that interest rates are dropping, and he is going, now's the time to get in the market as a mortgage broker for ANZ.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he's doing well there. But I think if he's not available due to work, if he's NA, then I reckon you save Leroy for the Wallabies, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
And/or Caleb Clark has done well against them in the past. Leicester was on the wing in Ireland, in France against Ireland in 2023, right? He's a big game player. He knows the pressure of a game like that. For Wellington, I would chuck him in on the wing because of his experience. I mean, imagine that, him and Rieko Ioane. That's big.
I think the difference, though, I mean, if you look at how Razor's selected this team, right? He's gone, Lester Whainganuku's come in as injury cover, which, I mean, now is the time to play that card, right? But also you've got Caleb Clark, who was selected as a name in the actual team. He was one of only two wingers. Him and Sevu were the only out-and-out wingers that were selected.
So they have to pull him in.
So I feel like they've given him another week in playing for Auckland, which he picked up a late try in that win.
Yeah,
against who was that, mate? Who was Auckland playing?
Tasman, mate.
Tasman, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You're talking about this weekend when they beat Tasman. We'll get to that. A very impressive performance.
But yeah, Caleb Clark back in action. I feel like maybe he's on the roster for next week.
Okay. Well, you know I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I know. You're
but I would if either him or Leicester were. I mean, they're both quality players. Sevu, actually, we're no shortage of classy wingers.
Yeah.
But against South Africa, I probably would put someone in who's just had some All Blacks game time. No offense to Leroy. I think Leroy can come in at some point, but you got to wait your turn. There's a line.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no need to put Leroy Carter on.
But that's what I'm
point,
saying about Leicester. You got to wait your turn.
Well, I think he sort of has the VIP entrance at the back of the club, don't you?
No, he's not VIP. I would say Caleb Clark's more and Sevu Reece are more VIP.
Mate, you're forgetting where he plays a bit of his rugby. He's a Crusader, mate.
Yeah, it's true.
He's his boy.
Yeah,
he's Razor's boy.
Scott Razor he is very clearly not neutral into that. Mate, when was the last time we talked about David Havili? Well, and that's one person that you would have thought would have been in there if Razor was playing the Crusaders' favouritism card. You
are right. Although, as was shown even on Saturday, there's we've got talent in the midfield that we just don't need David, unfortunately, at this point in time.
And mate, you told me that Quinn Tupaia wasn't a hitter. He wasn't a breaker of tackles. He took fucking 4 or 5 South Africans over the line with him on the weekend.
Well, that's an exaggeration,
mate. It was delicious. That was a good try.
It was great.
Midfield running try.
It was great. A great line.
Through. It was so
Who
good.
passed it to him? Probably Beauden Barrett.
No, I think it was Bodie, yeah. Or maybe even Geordie, was it?
No, my darling Beauden had a absolute blinder of a game. And it's the control under pressure. And we put it to bed, there's no doubt in anyone's mind now that Beauden is the number 10. You're not putting D-Mac back starting in that jersey.
No,
I'm sorry to say.
Not for a wee while. I mean, unless he picks up a little injury. But that's the great thing about Bodie. This is what we haven't had, because that's why he didn't do this when he was last given that starting tenure. We still had question marks because D-Mac was still playing as well. But this round of Bodie being in that 10 jersey, he's solidified it. He's like, it's unquestionable to take him out at this point, which is fucking awesome. I love that when someone puts their hand up like that,
Well, and as he should, the player of that caliber. But D-Mac is. I still have a niggly thing of going, wouldn't it? Maybe they could put him at fullback and put Jordan on the wing. I know they're probably not going to choose that as a starting.
What happened in the weekend was perfect. So Emoni Narawa came off. And what do? We put D-Mac at fullback and we put Jordan on the wing.
It's happened a couple of times.
Team,
Yeah, and it's happened a couple of times where D-Mac's had to come on to an Argentina as well.
One of the smallest guys in the field. And he's up and under and catching those balls like no
That's
tomorrow.
What I mean.
Mate. He's a legend.
You almost want to start him. He's like, but you know how impactful he is off the bench. But I would happily see D-Mac start in the 15 jersey. I've been saying it. We say it all year long. I think that's his position. Like, I'd happily start him. I actually think he played better for the Chiefs at 15, to be honest, during the season. He had some blinders there.
Do we start him for the second Springboks test, and we start Jordan on the wing?
I think you easily could. I mean,
it's another option.
Yeah. Why not? We've done it before, obviously, against South Africa when I think Bodie was probably playing on the wing at that time, wasn't he? Because Moringa would have had 10.
What happened to Jordan when as soon as he got onto the wing? Scored a try, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, from a midfield fullback position, I got to admit.
True.
But he scored most of his tries on the wing. The bulk of them. I don't know how many he's actually scored for the All Blacks at fullback. Only like a handful.
But after all these question marks over the backs that we had out of that Argentina series, they played really well, and I feel like we've got a lot of options and a lot of positivity going forward into the second test.
And even when the rain came down, they refused to take it in and play percentages. They actually they made the South Africans run. And man, those guys, those old boys, they look a little tired, mate. Oh, they look a little weathered. There's some old faces. Not that we haven't got a fair share of old faces, but those guys were, I mean, Quagga Smith came on and did his absolute darndest to
Fuck, it was
up
good
the
to
tempo.
see. It was so good to see him get marched because he does that every game.
Yeah,
he comes on and he's just a smart ass.
Yeah,
he takes his big old crooked nose and gets it into fucking everything.
He comes in, he storms in from the gates of Mordor with his crooked helmet and his weird sort of ancient elvish tongue and just mixes up the breakdown.
The Quagga swagger.
His Quagga swagger. And he got marched. But I got to say, I love the intensity of the guy. That he plays, I mean, his bursting runs, it was awesome. The game was at a level it was awesome to see the two best teams in the world because it was on another plane of rugby.
Here's a question for you.
Really good. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. How does this game rate in the all-time South Africa versus New Zealand test matches? Where does it sit for you? Is it on top, mate? Can you think of ones that are better? Because I've been having a chat.
Absolutely, I can.
Dane Sherratt from Kick On Rugby. And we were because obviously me and you love a little bit of banter online with some of the South African supporters. I mean, you especially. I kind of just try and put out fires that you start. But mate, you're a little bit lippy.
Just
on
man
there.
up.
You
just
are
man
lippy as all hell on there. You're a true keyboard warrior.
Yeah, man. Get in. I don't have to. It's all true.
Yeah,
none of it's fake. It's just stating facts.
I'd love to see you go to Browns Bay, order yourself a flat white.
I'll go out there now
and talk about how shit the Springboks are.
I'll happily go out there now. See some tubby, overweight old South African man in his 50s go, it's not true.
Nah, mate, you'd be put into a sausage casing faster than you can imagine.
I'd be bride right then and there.
Yeah, right then and there. They've probably got a grill waiting for someone.
I'd be roasted. Now, I reckon they might all just try and lift me, line out lift me in the middle of the cafe. Because that
didn't work.
No, fucking didn't work, did it? Pointless piece of shit move.
Well, it was a good move, but you can't just do it every game.
It's not a good move.
No, that was when it was a surprise, but now it's like we're all harping on
about it. It's like, what? But also, I don't, mate, it's not even when it's a surprise. I don't understand the point of the move. It has no purpose.
But that's what I mean. It's a shock thing. It's like, oh, fuck, what is that? And then all of a sudden you get a little bit flustered. But when you know it's coming, you know how
I don't think it is. I mean, I don't think
really
it's ever successful.
The first time they did it, they scored a try off it.
Oh, come on. What a load of rubbish.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but you can't. It's a load of rubbish. They need to stop that silly shit. Rusty needs to get his head read. What a load of crap. Has no ability. That was a fluke if they did score a try off it first time. It's like
doing an underarm serve in tennis. It's just a little tactic just to get in there.
Yeah, that's right. One thing that you can use once and then you're banned for life.
Yeah. You're not banned. It's just like a little bit.
Yeah. Lame. It's lame and ridiculous.
Mate,
just call a spade a spade.
Okay. Chill out. Chill out, mate.
All right.
Chill. Calm your farm. What's your favourite Springboks All Blacks game?
Well, I mean, I think one of my favourite of all time is the obvious one that we all like to think of, the 57-0 drubbing
2017 North Harbour Stadium.
Yeah.
In front of basically a South African home crowd over there in the North Shore.
Yeah, I was sitting in a sports bar in Bali. No, it wasn't. I was sitting in a sports bar in Chiang Mai, actually, in Thailand. And I was traveling.
Were you having a wee Chang?
Yeah, I was having a Chang. Yep, I was traveling. I was traveling by myself, and I sat there, and there were Kiwis, there were a few South Africans, and we absolutely pasted them. I mean, obviously one of the greatest. 0 for to keep the South Africans at 0. That was peak Bodie. Second year, he won Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And World Player of the Year, and it was just peak Bodie, peak All Blacks off the back of the World Cup. Everyone thought we were going to be shit.
It was
after after all those players. Yeah, it was peak T1000. But after all those players leave, that's what's great about the All Blacks. Everyone's like, Dan Carter, McCaw, Milam, everybody left, and Comrade Smith, Nonu, they all disappeared, and everyone's like, oh no. And then we still had it. So that's what makes that so sweet, is that we were still in our ascendancy, as it were. The other one that I thought was good was in 2015 when we played them. Maybe it was at Ellis Park. It was definitely in South Africa where McCaw at the very last minute, we were down at the very last minute, he gets the ball through the middle of the line-out and scores.
Right.
And it was kind of a controversial move, but it was so sweet. And it was him, the captain, stepping up and going, I'm going to take this game, by the scruff.
Which he did so many times, Aldrich.
Yeah, which he did so many times. And that was sweet because we've had a few good victories like that actually over in South Africa.
Speaking of 2015, I reckon there's another one in there for that year for me at the World Cup. Remember we were there, mate. We had a quarterfinal against France, which still is probably the greatest All Blacks match that I've ever witnessed.
Greatest game of rugby ever.
Yeah, and that was one of the highlights of my sports supporting life. And the whole night was insane. But then we went to Twickenham and we watched the semi-final up in the nosebleeders behind Tony Veach.
That's right.
Who we
kicked him down the stairs.
Who we gave shit the whole time because he'd just been through some controversial shit back home. We were just a bit pissed and trying to be funny. But anyway, that game I think is one that gets overlooked because we had that amazing quarter, and then obviously the final was epic against the Wallabies, where we were never going to lose that. But Jesus, that was close, that game. And I remember Kano having an absolute blinder. He scored a runaway try down the right flank in the corner.
Yeah. The first try of the game, I think.
Yeah, it was just fucking great, and it was brutal.
Yeah, and it was great, and it showed that all the games we play against the Boks are close, hard-fought encounters. I mean, look at that World Cup final, 2 years ago. That could have gone either way. The two games we lost in South Africa last year in the championship, we were so close. I mean, they were only within 7 on Saturday. And in Wellington this Saturday, I think, it could easily go either way. And if they pick up one and it's a 1-1 series, good on them.
Do you think we can the whole competition can be pretty square after 2 full rounds?
It could. I reckon we're gonna pit them again and take back the Freedom Cup. I reckon that's something that the All Blacks are like, we want that back, and we have to do, of course, what you do with the Bledisloe too. You have to win both games to hold it again. I reckon we can easily do that. South Africa are going to come firing, and man, they were.
Well, Dane, I want to see on your Kick on Rugby channel. I want to hear what your best game is, mate.
What's your favourite game?
Because I know that there's probably some epic Springbok victories that we are definitely overlooking that we probably want to forget about rather than remember, to be honest. But also anyone else out there, if you've got any, you got any cheeky wee Springbok All Black memories that tickle your fancy, let us know.
There's a few. There's
too many. I mean, that's the thing.
That's the thing. They're always good games, aren't they? Dane also said something which I thought was really interesting. He put a post up about that he'd made during the Super Rugby finals, and it was the Chiefs playing the Blues at FMG, and he'd commented on the intensity of the games and how he was worried about the Springboks when they meet the intensity, when they meet the All Blacks, the intensity of Super Rugby versus what they've been experiencing in the URC is going to be a bit shocking for them. And I think we saw a little bit of that last night. Like, I think the All Blacks' intensity certainly matched what we'd come to expect from the Springboks. And I wonder, mate, everyone goes on about the Super Rugby competition needing the South African teams, but maybe they need us, mate.
Well,
maybe
we were saying that at the start of the season because we wanted some competition. But then what we didn't realise was that the Aussies had actually got a little bit better. And they'd grown and they actually gave us a good fucking run for our money, mate.
Yeah.
And now look at them.
Yeah.
Sitting in second place by 1 point. They've won just as many games as us.
They do, and they finally did it, and they finally got it right. They backed themselves at the end, and they did win because they've been so unlucky and on the bad side of those decisions over the last wee while. But just to circle back, I do want to selfishly promote, because that is the very origins of our podcast. The Super Rugby competition is a fantastic competition, and I think it's served the All Blacks well. I think we worry that it's not as competitive, or people have a concern about it. I think it's bred some seriously good players and good rugby this year. I think we're seeing the results of that now. So good on you, Super Rugby.
Well done, Super
And
Rugby.
we don't need you,
you,
South Africans. You can continue in the URC at this point.
Yes, well, certainly making it easier for us to beat you. I mean, that might be something that comes back to bite me in the ass, but that's okay. Now, I feel really good after a lovely Eden Park victory.
Didn't we feel good? And now we've got to defend. Now we've got to defend it again in 2 weeks.
As good as I felt yesterday, after staying out till fucking 3 a.m. because I wanted to watch all the celebrations with Ardie. I wanted to see him getting his staff. I sort of had this feeling that, everything went well and I was on cloud 9. But God, if it had gone the other way, I would have felt equally as miserable.
Yeah, mate, it wasn't going to go the other way. I told you they wouldn't allow it.
Mate, I watched the post-match. This is something I thought was quite poignant. I watched the post-match with Scott Barrett and Razor. Yeah. And to be honest, mate, I hate to talk badly about the guy, but Scott, he needs to get his chin up in those post-match interviews. I want to see him be a little bit more passionate when he's talking, It's like he doesn't want to be there. And surely it's a fundamental part of being the captain. There's a lot of people in the All Blacks that have a great ability to speak at the end of a game, speak analytically, speak from the heart, speak emotionally, be articulate. Well, and I'm not saying he's inarticulate, but he can't fucking do it on that stage, man. He needs some help. And I want to see him be better at it. I really do. I want to see him matches on field.
Was Richie McCaw any better at doing that? 100%. He wasn't the greatest,
mate. No, but he was always up for a yarn. He was always confident, and he was always chatting.
Have you met Richie McCaw? The guy, it's hard to get a word. It's like squeezing blood from a stone, mate.
Mate, he's as dull as a fucking red potato, but he's not like... He's not inarticulate and he has the ability to chat and yarn and tell his story and talk analytically and talk about the game and about the opposition and give his team big ups.
I personally
disagree. I thought he was great. And Kieran Reid was also great. Tana Umanga, really, really good.
Kieran Reid stepped into his own. He did build a bit of confidence. I wonder whether it's got to do with exactly that, building a bit of confidence with some more wins. I mean, Kieran Reid and Richie McCaw obviously captained the team through a dynasty of success.
Yes, but Scott's got enough victories under his belt to be confident.
Well, actually, you're right. So a lot of people, it's good that you've brought this up, the old Scott Barrett thing, because there's a lot of people who are sharing your same sentiment, who are questioning his position as captain. They're questioning his position as a lock on the field, which, to be honest, and I'm not defending him just because he's a Barrett, and my feelings toward the lovely Barrett family, but I think he's a class player, and I think he had a huge game on Saturday night. And the fact that people are calling him out and saying that Fabian Holland should come on instead of him, it's just ridiculous. These people don't understand the experience that a nearly 80-test All Black brings to a side
100%.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I just find that kind of rhetoric abhorrent, to be honest. I go, you have known nothing about the game.
I think the thing that's not doing him any favours, though, is the likes of Tupou Vai coming in and actually coming back into lock, having not played there for a wee while, having a screamer. Man, he's a good player. And an amazing scrummager, amazing line out, and he's just so passionate. He's so good, mate. And you see him everywhere. You see him actively being a huge part of the game. You mention his name a million times. How many times do you ever hear Scott Barrett's name? And I'm not saying that that's because he's a bad player, because I know he's not. He's an amazing player. He's an engine in the scrum.
Quite a few. He was, mate. To me, it speaks to Retallick and Whitelock. Retallick he was a bit more of the showman with that. He was a bit more of the vai, I feel. And 100%. I feel like the workhorse was Whitelock, and the workhorse is Barrett. Like, Barrett is always there around the fringes. He's always trying to charge the ball. He's doing the percentages that he should do. And I think he does well as captain. I think it's interesting because he's led them to quite a few key victories now in tight pressure situations. And I don't know, people calling...
He's the captain of the team this year.
I just don't think there's a need to do it. It's such an unusual call for people to try and make that he's got to go as captain after we just beat the Springboks, the world champions, at Eden Park, and people are like, we are so ruthless, aren't we? We're like, it's not good enough. He shouldn't be there. It's like, mate,
hey, one thing
he
that
just
Scott
led
Barrett
the side to a key victory.
One thing that Scott Barrett did say in his post-match interview, he was talking about Ardie. Obviously, we know massive celebrations for Ardie Savea, and he stood up and played an amazing game. And he was asked about what Ardie's like as a person and a man within the All Blacks environment. And it was like, I think one thing he said was that he was the spiritual center of the All Blacks group. And I was like, that's actually quite cool.
That's amazing.
He's the Rafiki.
Yeah. And I don't know if that actually then means he needs to be captain either. What I love is that
he's the splinter.
Yeah. He's providing.
You don't need that person to be the captain. Being the spiritual leader is almost cooler.
Yeah.
Like he literally got given a staff. He is turning slowly into Rafiki. I love it. He's gonna start singing gibberish. He's gonna start walking around, and he's like going to start dancing around.
And mate, Mufasa was nothing without Rafiki. And so you're saying that Scott Barrett is Mufasa, and Ardie Savea is Rafiki. And he's whispering in Scott's ear all year, going, "You've got to do this. You've got to do this.
Believe,
follow your heart. Look up to the clouds, and you'll see your dad." Yeah. I'm not saying that Ardie's dad is dead. I don't think he is.
Look to the skies. He is the stars.
Ardie, remember who you are. And he's just there in the cafe, and he's like, go away. That's weird, man. I'm just trying to eat some eggs. Could I get a Benedict, please? Hollandaise on the side.
Yeah, and I've actually been told by Doc to not eat any bacon, so if I can have that Florentine, please.
It's so good. Scott, he's alive.
He's alive.
He gets injured, comes back. No, it's great. It's a really good combo. I like that Ardie isn't captain. I think that's been said maybe actually by him as well, is that the pressure of not having that title enables him to be that leader in the way that a leader. Spiritual leader.
And it obviously comes from his faith as well. You know, he always talks about his faith. I don't know. Yeah. I just think it's a great little asset to have.
Yeah, man.
You know? There's
some solid people in there. When you add, Geordie in, when you add Rico in, you've got a really great leaders group there. That's solid. That's a solid foundation. Hopefully, if all of those players stay through to 2027. You've got a World Cup winning team there. It's impressive. I think they showed last night that they've got everything it takes, which is great.
Hey, before we move on from the All Blacks victory, we have picked up another little injury to Cody Taylor, and he's definitely been ruled out of the next test because he has to go through the HIA. Yeah, he's 12 days HIA protocols because he got knocked out. He got knocked out cold, I think.
So that means McAllister comes in then.
Yeah, so I guess, but you've got to call in a third hooker for the build-up.
Safo.
Is it Amor?
It has to be. Of course,
George Bell, maybe.
No, a Safo. Why the hell wouldn't you bring him in?
Moana?
No.
So you blood a new player?
I'd be pissed off if you do that. Bring in a Safo.
He didn't even play. He didn't even play against Hawke's Bay, mate. I think he's picked up another injury.
Oh, is he out?
Well, no, I don't know whether he's out, but he definitely didn't. He didn't play against Hawke's Bay, right?
Is it a massive injury though?
No. I think he came back for a game and now he got dropped from the.
Yeah, I mean the
Hawke's
reason he wasn't in the squad full stop was because of an injury. So I just thought he was back, but that's a shame because
I'd like to see him there.
What a great player! Yeah,
but do we back Brodie?
Well, you're going to have to if that's the case, because you're going to put Samasoni in starting, and then you're going to.
Is Brodie our third choice hooker? That's what we're saying. That's what Scott Barrett said.
Well, I mean, I guess he is at the moment in the absence of Asafo Omua. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is great, and Samasoni, obviously, great starter, but man, I love seeing him come off the bench. He's just he's such a part of our bomb squad, There's something great about it. It's
or do we
it's
start
fine.
Brodie
Of course
McAllister then and keep him on the bench?
It's an interesting call. I don't know. Honestly, you could. It's like what's better at the 60-minute mark against the Boks in Wellington when you need to counter
you need impact.
The bomb squad.
Yeah, you need impact.
There's no doubt about it in a game like that. And you saw how they came back too. I mean, God.
Yeah.
They were within inches in some ways. And not that Brodie McAllister can't do that, but
and lastly, I mean, nothing else really needs to be said because actions speak louder than words. But Ardie Savea, living legend, best player in the world still, hands down. Just proved that he is the most valuable player. Like he's MVP for the All Blacks for the last 5 to 10 years. I would have thought maybe not 10 years, 5 years.
Definitely, he's cemented at 100 games with performances like that. He's cemented himself in the top 5 greatest All Blacks of all time.
Yeah, I'd say that. That's pretty.
He has to be now. Yeah. Like he has to be. He's won Player of the Year.
He looks like he's got another. Probably at least another 50 games in him, doesn't he? He doesn't look like he's maybe a little bit over halfway, but he's certainly not. Yeah. He's certainly not coming to the end of his tenure.
No, I'm also just going to go ahead and call it now. He's Player of the Year. He has to be. What he did with Moana and Super, and now what he's doing at international level is like there's no one even close to winning that trophy at the end of the year at those awards. It has to be him, and he's got the whole Northern Tour to go after the championship. Like he's executing a level of rugby that others can only dream of doing. So it's great. At that point, he then becomes a 2-time award winner, and then he's cemented himself.
Most of our players that have picked up that trophy have actually won it twice. Bodie Barrett's won it twice. Richard McCaw
Dan Carter's won it 3 times.
3 times, yeah. Bodie, did I say him? Yeah.
Bodie won it 2 years in a row.
Didn't Brodie Retallick win it 2 years?
Yep.
He at least won it once.
I think he just won it once.
No, I think he won it twice.
Oh, really?
Mate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I mean, I might be making that up just to prove my point.
That's because, they're just, he's definitely in line for that. Hey, can I just, before we move on from the match at Eden Park.
We've said this 5 times now, but yes.
I know, but I want to give a shout out to those national anthems.
Oh,
those were the best.
I thought you were talking about the National Party members, John Key and Christopher Luxton.
No, I have no
the
interest
national
in
anthems.
them.
Okay, great.
The national anthems, and I'm sure they were singing them. Only the New Zealand one, and only in English.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, because they don't.
Thumbs singing.
They took National took Te Reo off the national anthem register, and now they forgot the words. They're like, fuck, shouldn't have done that. I need to know it.
Stunning national
all jokes aside, the national anthems, those were the best renditions of those 2 anthems actually that I've heard in a long time.
National secondary school choir.
Yeah. Incredible. I mean, the South African one, obviously, the way it's written suits a choir.
But it's also just a better anthem.
It was incredible, the atmosphere, the way they put it on. Because we have a terrible history, test matches in New Zealand, of getting some 2-bit singers to pop up for a cappella solo of our anthem and the opposing team's anthem. And it is always so subpar. No offense to those singers, but there is no atmosphere. There's no effort that's gone in. This was a well-rehearsed, beautifully sung rendition of these anthems, and I was like,
who's
weeping.
making these calls?
It was so good.
Who's making the call for who's going to sing the anthem? Like,
well, I'm not sure
whether
it's New Zealand Rugby.
NZRU? Yeah.
I think it's either someone at New Zealand Rugby, I'm pretty sure it must be, or someone at Eden Park in cahoots. But that was superb. Like, you've got to have that big spectacle. You know, we're talking about that should be happening every test match. We should be going for spectacle like that. It created and set the tone for the whole rest of the game.
So you didn't like it when Michael Murphy did it?
Did he do it?
Oh, probably.
Oh, mate, I don't think he's ever done it.
Remember when our friend
Michael Murphy.
Remember when Mike Wally did it in Australia?
Yeah, he did. Which is great. So there's a lot of solo singers that do it, but even when they do it, we don't even give them a backing track. I just thought this was superbly executed, and it just set the tone. It was suitable of a test match standard, and I think we should keep doing it. Okay. In Wellington, they're just going to get Ainsley Allen or something.
Ainsley
I do love a choir.
She's still around.
Well, I hope so.
I miss the days of Frankie Stevens. I like Frankie Stevens up there.
He was good. And do you remember Judd Arthur?
No.
From Dunedin, the big bass sort of opera singer?
Oh, no.
He was actually quite good too, but it was very...
Who was Chris?
Nick Arfour.
Nick Arfour.
Nick Arfour. Oh, and Nick's a great, fantastic singer and actor. He played Mufasa in The Lion King.
I know he did. Yeah, he did. Speaking of The Lion King. He played Scott Barrett.
Tonight, Matthew, I don't know why he speaks like that. I'll be
Scott
just quickly,
Barrett. We're running out of time here, mate, because we've obviously we've paid homage to what is a very great game of rugby that happened at Eden Park. But the Wallabies, they got up in the dying 86th minute or something, wasn't it? Against the very slick looking Pumas side. And these are two teams that have a lot of fucking confidence. And I don't think, we've obviously proven that no one should take them lightly. Jesus, it was a good game to watch again, mate. Yeah. It was actually really fun. Those couple tries from the Argentinian backs, they look good, man.
Yeah, they do. They're great, and what just throws the whole competition up, because you can easily see the Argentinians beating South Africa. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised, and that means they will have beaten every one of the ABs, the Wallabies. That's fantastic. They need
to take the second game though. They need to step up for the second game and take the second game.
They do. What I'm most proud of, though, is that Harry Wilson and that team decided they weren't going to just settle for the draw, because they've got to that point in so many games, the Wallabies, including against us, where they've had it. They've had the win in the palm of their hands, and they've thrown it away through for whatever reason. It's been a curse for them, where they used to be in the Gregan days really good at doing the opposite, and now they're sort of making a little comeback. So good on you, Wallabies.
Yeah.
What a win.
And it's made this competition very, very interesting. There's two teams with 2 wins, 2 teams with 3 wins, and we've got that lovely little bonus point, the loser bonus point that we picked up in South Africa, which has proven to be very valuable at this point of the comp.
Yes. I talked about it last week. I said, everyone was like, oh, it's even Stevens. I was like, it isn't, mate. No. We're on 6. Yeah. And now we're on 10.
It could be that it already is the closest.
Of course. It's only a 4-team competition. You need every single...
The championship is very, very close.
Yeah, and what a championship it is. It's the greatest, mate. At the moment, the way those teams are playing, it blows the Six Nations out of the water. It's highly competitive. You go into any game next week, who's going to win? I don't think you could safely say which teams are going to come out on top next week. It could be Argentina over the Wallabies or the other way around. It could be South Africa over New Zealand or the other way around. I don't think you can pick it, because you're dealing with some high-quality rugby sides at the moment, those top 4.
For sure.
In fact, I think Argentina should be a lot higher in the rankings than they are. But
hey, mate, can you play the news thing, please?
News.
After 1 week in Invercargill, Canterbury has taken back the Shield very predictably. Very predictably. Of course
they have.
And I saw a couple of little memes floating around about how it had to get put through some sort of biosecurity measures after coming from what was probably a wild week down in Invercargill with that Shield. It's seen some shit. So
I think it's seen some shit.
It's arrived in the probably in the Canterbury Town Hall, probably locked up for the next 3 years or something like that.
Mate, if those little metal plaques could talk, they would have seen some I reckon some incest.
They would have seen some highly intoxicated humans. They would have seen some questionable singing, dancing, probably some passion and
possibly some illegal firearms.
Yeah, some illegal firearms
that weren't given back during Jacinda's buyback because they just wanted to flip her the middle finger.
And also some very questionable jokes. It would have seen some
definitely.
Shit.
Yeah.
Some practical and also dialogue driven jokes.
A lot of gay jokes. Yeah. It's the deep south, mate. They're still a little funny about it down there.
A couple of other results. We talked about this one before. Auckland finally got up.
They did. Well done.
What is probably going to be a very unhappy Tasman team. They should not have lost that game. It still strikes me how that backline can possibly lose. It's so good.
Well, they played bloody well. I mean, old Levi Omua got a couple of tries, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a great player. He's never been in the conversations, has he?
Well, he had early on, and we've actually pitched that in. But he's a barnstorming runner. But I mean, that shows the depth again that we've got. My God, when you see that, great win
what happened to Wellington, mate? Huh? Great win for. Were you going to say great win for Hawke's Bay? Because they had it was an absolute pasting. You got fucked up, mate.
Yeah,
you got absolutely
Wellington have drifted. They are adrift. They are all at sea a little bit.
And that's what we did. It's what we did say about Bay of Plenty too. Yeah. We had a couple of, and then I was thinking that we were going to lose this game against Taranaki because Taranaki looked very, very good the last couple of weeks.
Oh, and they're a very good team. They are. With Jacob leading in the front. But also,
it was another pasting, mate, is what
it was another pasting. And who came in and scored most of the points for you guys?
Well, a lovely wee Hurricane, actually.
A couple of them, actually.
Yeah, a hat trick.
Yeah.
Whainganofo.
Yep.
Mate, they were heavily assisted by Lucas Cashmore, two of them at least. Some
another Hurricane.
Cases. Lucas Cashmore's from the Bay, mate. He's Bay.
He's a Wellington Hurricane.
Yeah, but
they both are, and we're proud to have them. Yeah. And we're proud to have them going into next season. Thanks very much.
You've poached them from the Bay of Plenty, mate.
Of course, mate.
That's okay.
But,
they know where their
the
roots
Chiefs
are.
have poached them from everywhere else.
Yeah, we've poached our Albie and D-Mac.
It'd be nice if those boys were playing for the Chiefs. You could do with Whainganofo on the
What? We've got Leroy Narawa, mate.
True. Well, do you have Narawa anymore?
What do you mean?
He's out, mate. He's gone.
Oh, you know who we got for next year?
Who?
Tamoifala. He's coming to the Chiefs.
You do have Tamoy. Jesus, you're stacked.
Yeah.
Oh well, you'll get to another sort of quarterfinal and bow out.
Well, always to the final, mate.
Oh, sorry, always to the final. I forget that. Yeah.
Always the bridesmaid.
Always the bridesmaid getting fucked by the best man.
You're always the MC, mate. You make it,
mate.
So you don't quite get the top table.
No, and no responsibility at the end of the day. You just
go home. You've got all
the
responsibility. The bridesmaid doesn't have any responsibility. You have to make speeches. You've got to do. That's hard work, man.
Easy. No,
you're actually
not if you mean.
You know what, mate? And this happened at my wedding because you did it. You have to do a job, but you don't get paid, so you get nothing out of it. But you have to work for most of the wedding.
What I got was the joy of celebrating.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you.
No, and that's okay. And, you need that because you need acknowledgement and you need to make sure that,
You also
I know you haven't got a lot of money.
You also spent a good probably couple of weeks rehearsing a musical number for my wedding as well. So, I mean, you did a lot of work, so I appreciate that, mate.
Yeah. No, and that's, it's the working spirit that we've got down in Welly. Even with our backs against the wall in 11th place or whatever we are.
Let's hope that the All Blacks can have another good prep week into the second test against the Springboks. It's no time to be complacent, no time to rest on your laurels. No. The ABs need to bounce back from one spectacular win into another.
We've got to do a repeat.
We need to lock up these two games because I have a funny feeling Australia is going to be a tough beat in Australia this year.
In Australia, but we've got them at Eden Park first, and I don't see them. I don't see them again taking the lifting the hoodoo either. But first and foremost, we've got to get past the Saffers in Wellington, and they're going to be ready for
one
a
game
Braai.
at a time.
They're going to have their tongs out, and they're going to be waiting to turn us like a fat old Wurst on the fucking Barbie. And we need to watch out. We know, I mean, it could easily, if they came back and won it, I wouldn't be entirely surprised. But I have a feeling we can back it up. I have a feeling we're on one now.
All right, we're on one. All right,
we're on one. We can smell it. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yep.
We love you.
Sounds good.
And Ra will be here all throughout the week to take your questions. Just text him anytime.
Yeah, text me anytime.
He's ready to receive.
And you know what? I'm still waiting for the call from the Chiefs management group, also the All Blacks management group, just for some coaching advice. And I am in training for next year, Bunnings NPC. So,
mate, people have said that you couldn't even make the Heartland Cup.
My agent is in conversations with some Heartland
Your
teams.
Agent, Gail Cowan.
No, not with her anymore, mate.
Oh, who are you with?
Karen Kay.
So you've gone from one old bag to another?
No, not with Karen Kay, mate. That was a joke.
Oh, I was going to say.
Independent.
Are you?
No.
Oh, well, you can rep your... Oh, okay. You're a bit cagey about that. That's really interesting.
Mate, I'm with the same agent as you. Have been for a long time.
That old drunk?
Nah, Christiana.
Nah. Oh, yeah, good on Christiana. Love her. Lovely woman.
All right, let's move. No one needs to hear about this, mate.
Okay.
We'll get Jake to
thanks,
cut this
everybody.
bit out.
Thanks for listening. No, it's awesome. All right, see you, mate. Razor Pussy. See you later.
Over.
All the best.